Hola, I'm Fivers and welcome to Grimlight. In today's video, we're gonna take a look at the new 5-star hero that has just been released. The new hero is called Jeon Woo Chi. He's a light assassin, he does physical damage, and he's a hero from the fairy tale of Book of Jeon Woo Chi. Jeon Woo Chi is the first 5-star assassin that they released in the game, joining Kaguya, the hero that we have since the beginning, to the 5-star Assassins Club. But Jeon Woo Chi cost 3 crystals instead of 4 as Kaguya, so expect him to have lower stats. Taking a look at his stats at level 70, we can see that he has 1496 combat power. Jeon Woo Chi has 510 attack, a bit more than Cheshire Cat, a 4-star assassin, but way less than Kaguya. 200 less is a lot. His defense is really low, but at least he has a decent amount of HP. His range of attack is melee, with 1 point of range. Jeon Woo Chi has the lowest attack speed among assassins, just 1 point, and his critical rate and critical damage are the standard values. His active skill is called Martial Strike, and at level 1 is Jeon Woo Chi winds up his staff, dealing 380% true damage to targets in a small area while greatly knocking them back. Comparing it with Cheshire Cat, Jeon Woo Chi does way more damage, and not only that, the damage of Jeon Woo Chi is true damage, so the enemy's physical defense doesn't reduce the damage of this hit. It's like the damage that Kaguya does with her ultimate, but Kaguya does way more damage than him. This is a direct consequence of their cost difference. But a positive thing of the active skill of Jeon Woo Chi is that it does damage to the targets in a small area, so he can attack multiple enemies, not like Kaguya. So if he's able to hit at least 2 enemies with his active skill, he's going to be the assassin with the highest damage from the active skill. Pretty good. And this is not all. Jeon Woo Chi greatly knocks back the enemy's hit. If this text applies like the active skill of Othma, it will be a really great knockback. Then his passive is called Elusive Sorcerer, and at level 1 is every 4 basic attacks, Jeon Woo Chi gains 5% attack speed, 5% evasion, and 12% move speed for 15 seconds, max 3 stacks. This passive comes in handy to him. He really needs a buff on his attack speed due to his low stat. The evasion is a great bonus for an assassin, and the move speed is going to help him reach the enemies faster. Listen, this bonus is pretty good to Jeon Woo Chi, because he doesn't have a teleport to get closer to the enemies. In my opinion, this passive could be good with just 1 stack, but the incredible thing is that he can have 3 stacks of this effect, reaching 15% attack speed, 15% evasion, and 36% move speed as max. To show you how great are these bonus, you just have to check the equipment bonus and see that with 3 pieces of Nimble, you can reach 10% attack speed, and he already reached this bonus with only 2 stacks. Then, with 3 pieces of Agile, you can reach 15% evasion, the same bonus that he can reach with 3 stacks, and with 3 pieces of Alacrity, you can reach 25% movement speed. He reached 24% with only 2 stacks and 36% with 3 stacks. Incredible, isn't it? Well, to reach 3 stacks of this effect, you will need to activate his passive 3 times in less than 15 seconds. To do this, you need to do 12 basic attacks in this time. So for now, I think that to activate this effect, I will play Jeon Woo Chi with a combination of attack speed and evasion. I think that you don't really need to go full attack speed, because with his first stack of his passive, he's going to win another 5% of attack speed. So you can use that effect and put some evasion on him instead. Jeon Woo Chi has 3 traits: Martial Prowess, Basic Attacks strike 3 times, 33% damage per hit. This is pretty similar as the trait of Evil Queen that we saw yesterday. 3 stacks that at the end is a total of 100% of damage more or less. The interesting thing of this trait that I will have to test when I get my Jeon Woo Chi is if every strike counts as a hit to activate his passive. If this works how I'm saying right now, he will activate his passive in the second basic attack of Jeon Woo Chi. This effect will be really strong. I'm not sure if this effect works like this, so take it with a grain of salt. If someone can confirm this effect, please leave it in the comments of the video and I will pin the message. Then, escape peril. When Jeon Woo Chi falls, he teleports to the weakest ally and heals 50% HP, can only be used once per battle. This trait is really interesting. He's basically able to revive with 50% HP and teleport to the weakest ally once per battle. But I think this has a drawback. Going to the position of the weakest ally, I understand that it means going to the position of your ally with the lowest HP. So this ally is probably in actual danger. So Jeon Woo Chi could appear and probably die right after, but it could also happen that he is what the weakest ally needed to survive. So I guess that this will depend a lot in the situation, but at the end he's getting a second chance with this trait, so it's really good. And to finish, evasive. Naturally has 10% evasion. This is the standard trait among assassins. I'm really impressed about Jeon Woo Chi. I think that he's a really good hero. His kit is really good, but not only that. He's light element, and this is more important than it seems. Light and dark are strong versus each other. This means that both of them inflict the elemental bonus of damage to each other. What happened until now is that most of the offensive heroes are dark element and most of the defensive heroes are light. So actually dark has an advantage versus light in general. But Jeon Woo Chi changed this. He can try to abuse of all of the offensive and support dark heroes like Odile, Othma, Evil Queen. I think that you get the idea. So basically, if you place Jeon Woo Chi in a good position versus these characters, he can change the direction of the battle alone. I think that he can be a really good PvP hero, and as always, he's also going to have some stages in PvE where he will come in handy. Well, should you summon Jeon Woo Chi? This is a trick question, because you can actually obtain Jeon Woo Chi for free in the Mid-Autumn shop, just for 400 lucky bucks. And you can also buy 2 copies of this hero in the same shop. To obtain lucky bucks, you can complete the daily festival missions and you will obtain some more in the new event called Dark Ambitions. So I'm sure that we will get enough lucky bucks to get all of these tokens. So who should summon for Jeon Woo Chi then? Well, only the people that wants all of his copies to reach max ascension. If you're a free-to-play player, I think that you should skip this banner. Take all the copies of Jeon Woo Chi from the shop and go away of this banner happily to save resources for the next hero that you will like. As always, if you like his design or you just want the hero, just pull for him. And that's it for today's video. I hope that I have helped you. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment, drop a like and consider subscribing if you wanna see more Grimlight content in the future, and see you in the next video. Ciao!
How long are those tags? Literally, this video is 20 years.